So you've been told that you should budget, which means allocate a certain amount of money towards your rent, your air fryer, and the meditation app you subscribe to. Funny that paying for your meditation app can be stressful, but I'm getting off topic. You've been told to watch how much you spend on different things. If you're anything like me, you may find that the whole process sounds like it takes too much time and would be really tiresome. Here's a first step that might motivate you to save more and manage your money better. It's tracking. All you need to do is regularly monitor the amount of money and other valuables you own, also called your assets. You should also monitor the amount of money that you owe, called your debt, but we'll get to this in later videos. Your assets include, for example, your bank accounts, pensions, investments, properties, and any cryptocurrency. If you do have some cash under the mattress or in that flowery yellow box in your wardrobe, you can include that too. But if this sounds like a lot, don't worry. Just start with your bank balances, and you can always add in other elements later. I suggest tracking your money on a weekly basis so it becomes a habit. Mark out some time on your calendar. Maybe link it to something you already do, like your Sunday afternoon cup of tea. It shouldn't take long, and with time, it may actually become something rewarding. Yes, I know that sounds difficult, but hey, given there's something called banana curry pizza in Sweden, nothing is impossible. There are a few ways to keep track of your money. To keep things simple, I will go through 2. Before I do, this whole process will be simpler if you have your bank's apps on your phone, or if you have easy access to online banking. For instance, if you have bank accounts with HSBC, you may want to have the HSBC app on your phone, so that you can quickly check your account balances. However, be aware of the risks of having your bank apps on your phone, and if your phone does get lost or stolen, contact your phone provider so that they block your phone and prevent others from being able to access it. Method number 1. Use an app. On your phone, you can connect your bank accounts to an app such as Snoop. This is especially helpful if you have multiple accounts with different banks. Using an app like Snoop allows you to see your balances from different bank accounts in one app. Snoop is really helpful for tracking. It gives you a weekly spending summary and even tells you what your upcoming payments are. You can look at your balances for accounts you've connected to Snoop and then keep a note of them, for example in a simple Notes app on your phone. The advantage of this is that you can get an idea of how your income and spending varies during the year and start to notice patterns. Did you suddenly spend loads of money in July, and did something specific cause that? Method number 2. Use a good old spreadsheet. Yes, I know this brings back the early 2000s for some of us. Though it can be more work to input all the sources of money I mentioned earlier on a spreadsheet, I personally find it easier to look at a spreadsheet than a note. Also, some other advantages to using spreadsheets is that you can choose to include everything you like in them. For example, Snoop doesn't yet allow you to include certain types of bank accounts or investments accounts at present, though they're working on changing that. It's also easier to make calculations automatically. For example, to sum up all the values in your different bank accounts, and to copy certain elements from one week to another. And because I know how easy it is to procrastinate on getting started on one, I've included a draft spreadsheet you can use in a link in the comments. So, why am I suggesting that you spend part of your already tight schedule staring at how much money you have? Well, it can be really helpful in a few ways. First, it's essential to know exactly how much money you have available for emergencies or large expenses such as a laptop or car. And although it's easy enough to have a vague idea of how much money you have available, too many of us don't have a clear picture of the amount of money we have access to. This is particularly true if you're a freelancer and your income varies during the year. Even if you aren't, your spending might be varying a lot more at different times than you realize. Secondly, though this may be surprising, looking at your balances and assets each week can become a powerful motivator to save, or to figure out a way to earn more for that matter. Paula Pant, who has a podcast called Afford Anything, puts this eloquently. She says that we often think of saving as delaying our gratification for the future, and this can make it seem painful. Instead, we can think of the whole thing quite differently. When you save, you can watch your balances and assets grow each week, and this is really satisfying. It's also a more lasting kind of satisfaction than the kind you might get from buying an expensive item. It's an indicator that you're working towards a happier, safer future for yourself. Last but not least, keeping track of your money can be empowering, and can make you feel more confident in a way that's hard to describe until you experience it. You may be able to make better decisions about what you buy and don't buy, with less of the sense of unease that can be present when you don't feel in control of your finances. So even if you have doubts about it, it's worth giving tracking a go for at least a month and seeing what happens. If you found this video useful, please like it, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more money videos.